Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to start a Google Hangout. The first page to go to is google.com. I use this as kind of my launching page to everything Google. Once I get to google.com, I've got my search bar so I can search, but I just want to use the normal Google we've all been used to using. The other thing I have here is if I'm logged in, I have my notification area. This first box here will turn red and I'll have a number in it. If someone's invited me or requested a friend request or invited me to be a part of their circles or something like that, it'll show red here and it'll show a number. If somebody's invited me to a Google Hangout, I'll also see this red and a number. And if I click on it, I'll see all the recent notifications. I can see the last few people who have added me to their Google+. So, like for instance, my husband just added, and I've got Bill in my North Star circle, Emily in my North Star circle, and so on. Okay? So that's one of the neat places here. You'll also see this, you basically see this on every page that you go to in the Google Plus area. But what we want to do is go to our Google Plus page. In the upper left hand corner you should see a plus and then your first name. So I see plus Melissa. I'm going to click there. And that will take me to my Google home page. If you're a Facebook user, this is very similar to the Facebook home page. It's the stream of the latest posts from everyone that you're following. So you can scroll down and see what's going on in their life, and things like that. I tend to follow a lot of educators. I highly recommend, if you're looking for good places kind of for professional development, to search out different educators here on Google+. There are quite a few that are Google+ experts and offer live Hangout sessions and recorded Hangout sessions for professional development. So I highly recommend it. From this Google Plus page, you can also access the page where you can change your profile. I haven't explored the Explore area very much, so I encourage you to do that. Events, like I said, I follow a lot of educators. They tend to host Google Hangouts talking about different topics. If they come here and they schedule it as an event and share it with their circles, I'll get notification of that. If you use a Google Calendar, one of the cool features that they've added recently, or at least I've just discovered it very recently, is that these events will also post to your Google Calendar so you can see them there. Here's where you can add your photos, circles. This is the neat thing about this that makes it different than Facebook is, Facebook just has this huge list of friends. While Google breaks it up so that you can break those friends up into groups. Like I have friends that I have in my circle. I have family, close people that I want to keep in touch with, and so I can post posts that only go to my family, aren't visible to everybody. Some of these others are, the Google standards that are in there. I have people that I'm following, not necessarily adding them to a circle, but they post things that I find of interest, so I follow them so that I can see what they're doing. I have a North Star circle, and if you're interested in joining the North Star circle, well, when you send a friend request to Pam or myself, that's where we're putting you. But we're more than happy to share our North Star circle with you so that you can add everybody to your own little North Star circle. So if you're interested in that, just send us an email and let us know, and we'll share it with you. And then I have one State of Tech PD and your PJs. It was a big professional development session. They actually host them a couple of times a year, and a lot of people who are a lot of them are pros on Google Plus but other different topics. They get together and they present professional development talks for like 2 days all through Google Hangouts. So I have a circle of those. Where we're interested in going today for our Hangouts is in the More area down at the bottom, or if you've got your Google Chrome or your Internet Explorer full page, you actually might see this on the left side, but since I'm keeping mine small so I can record my screen, I have to click on more, and I'm interested in Google Hangouts. It's the yellow bubble button with the camera in it. So I'm going to click there. And when I do, I come to the Google Hangouts page. What you see here are live Hangouts that are taking place right now. Hangouts that people have decided to broadcast to the public, and you can join in and watch those. If you're interested in finding out more, after today's session about Google Hangouts, I encourage you to come to this area here and click on What's a Hangout and learn more about them. To start a Hangout, there are two different places. I can start one down here, or my favorite button is the red one up here. So I click Start a Hangout. And I need to minimize the screen. Give me just a second to resize it. Okay. This is the first screen you come to when you are starting a Google Hangout. And the first thing I always do is name my Hangout. And then the next thing we need to do is invite people to our Hangout. You can invite entire individual people or entire circles. If you're inviting individual people, you can click on their pictures here. These are all the people that I have in friend circles or am following here. So I could click on any person's name or face. If you see here, some of them have green dots and some of them have yellow dots. Green dots are people that are actually on Google Plus right now and doing something. People with yellow dots, they have Google Plus up, but they're not doing anything on their Google. So it's up on their computer, but they may be away doing something else. You can invite an entire circle at once by coming over here. You can invite all of your circles at once. You can broadcast to the public if you want to be one of those people that get on and talk. Say you wanted to offer a talk about, who knows, technology and education or something like that. You could get in a Hangout, start it, and send it out to everybody on Google and see who would show up. So you could do that. You can invite to specific circles by scrolling down, or if you're lazy and don't want to scroll, you can type in the name of whatever circle you wanted to invite. So if I wanted to invite my North Star circle, I could type it in until it pops up and then click on it and it adds to my list. But I don't want to add them or add you guys right now. I'm doing kind of a practice session, so I'm going to invite my husband, who has decided to help me out with this, and I can click on his picture, or I could have typed in his name and he would have popped up here. Before I start my Hangout, I have one more important thing. If I am wanting to allow others who cannot join the actual live session to be able to view my session, then I need to enable Hangouts on air. And the very first time you do this, it will tell you that you need to have a YouTube channel. Those are not too hard to create. You can go over to YouTube, set them up very easily. One thing important to kind of remember is that the permissions that you set up on your YouTube channel, think about those. I set mine up so that I have to actually send the link out to people for them to see videos that I post. You might want to consider doing that as well, although nothing that we do in Hangout should really be such that we would be afraid of the public seeing. But keep that in mind when you're setting up your YouTube channel. Once you've got your YouTube channel up and it's linked to your Google Plus, then from then on out, when you enable Hangouts on air, it'll give you this little screen and say this video will be broadcast both on your Google Plus stream, so anybody that goes to your page, they will see it there, and on your YouTube channel. So anybody that knows about the link and can go there, can watch it there as well. So you press OK, got it? And now we're ready to start our Hangout. So we press Hangout, and as soon as I do this, it's going to send David an invitation on his Google Plus page that he's been invited to the Hangout. And when I get here, I am now in my actual Hangout classroom. And so I apologize, you're going to be seeing the side of my head because my camera is over here and the screen I'm working on is over here. But this is what your Google Hangout looks like, and you'll know when someone arrives because their video or picture will pop up here. Some important buttons. If you're in your Hangout and say your first invitation didn't seem to go out, you can invite, or there's somebody else you want to add to your Hangout, you can invite them from here as well. So since David didn't answer that first invitation, let me invite him again. There are some other important things. As you see, group chat already popped up here on my side. So if my different viewers, for instance, when I actually start broadcasting and talking to them, I turn off their audio, because each time someone makes a noise, whoever is making the noise at the time, their picture will pop up on the main screen for everyone to see. Well, I may not want that to happen, especially if I'm working with my students. Every time they move or jiggle or whatever, I don't want my entire audience to be distracted by their face, so I can mute their microphone. And one of the ways I do that is down along the bottom where I see all their faces. I can click on each individual video, and I can stop them from broadcasting video by turning that camera off. I can stop them from broadcasting audio by turning the mute off. And sorry, I got Pam here, so let me invite Pam into this so she can help us in case I forget anything. Oh, nope, don't want that. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, okay. Hang on. All right, so while we're waiting for her, I can, like I said, I can turn selected people off or everyone off by muting them. And the thing when I do that, though, as the initiator of the conference, if I turn them off, I also have to be the one to turn them back on. The best way to do this, rather than you forcing them off, is to get everyone to turn themselves on. Turn themselves on and off. So I always start my session by encouraging them to go up to the top corner here and to mute their microphone by pressing on this button. And it will illuminate red when they do. Hi, Pam.
Hi.
Hey, I'm working through showing everybody, just got into the Hangout, kind of walking them through the things they see, what it looks like from the initiator's side. So if I miss anything, will you...
Are you making a video?
Yep, I'm making a video.
Hi, everybody. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I get them to mute their microphone. You can get them to turn their camera off using the turn off camera button. If you have someone in your session who's having a problem with audio, they can't hear, they can't, they're talking but you can't hear them, and it's not that their microphone's turned off, get them to go to the settings button. There's audio settings, camera settings, and everything there. But back to what it looks like for you, the initiator. You've got your invite people button. You've got your chat area that you can use. I use that a lot when I've got everybody muted. You've got your screen share area. If we click on that, a screen will pop up. that ask us, what do you want to share? You can share your different desktops. If you have multiple monitors, you'll see them all there. You can share individual windows that you want to share with the group by clicking on those. Once you click on something that you want to share with the group, you can say share selected window, and that's what the group will see in their window rather than seeing you. So when you're ready to quit sharing that particular screen or switch to something else, if you've only chosen an individual one, you just click that screen share button again and you reappear. Cameraman says control the visibility of other participants. You can do it from that area, but I always just do it. If I wanted to turn someone off or freeze somebody, I just do it from down here. Using that little cameraman button right underneath their picture or their video stream. YouTube, you can watch YouTube videos together. I tried this one last time and I couldn't get it to work. I was having trouble. You have to create a YouTube playlist already over in YouTube and then choose videos from there. It seemed kind of clunky to me. It was just easier to go to YouTube on a web page, have it available there, and bring it over and drop it in. I have to play with this one some more. I don't know what the advantages are to try and get it to actually work through this button versus just sharing my screen that way. Could maybe the audio or something like that. I don't know, Pam, have you managed to get that one to work yet?
No, I haven't. I didn't work with it at all.
Okay, but if you're someone out there and you've tried it and you've got it to work successfully, let us know. Share with us, teach us uh, the benefits of it. SlideShare, you can share your presentations through this button. But like I said, I found it easier to just share my screen. Jeremy made a good point back from his Google session. He just took his slides, created them, and I believe he said he made them into PDFs. That's what I did the last time when we had our last Google session. I created my PowerPoint presentation, then I saved my slides to PDF, and it just made it easier to share that particular screen and scroll through my PDF slides that way. So there are alternatives. That way I have got everything up and I'm not taking the time to try and wait for this thing to load. Then there are cool Google effects. I know you've seen these several times in some of our last sessions where people put stars and hats and things like that. So if you want to have fun, your students can do that. You can also add more apps to your session. There's a whole host of them out there. Feel free to go explore them and add them as needed. But here's the really, really important thing. That's all the stuff you actually use while your session's going on. But before you start your live session, if you want those people to be able to watch you from out on your Google Plus page or potentially from out on your YouTube page, then you need to press this Start Broadcast button right here. And when you start your broadcast, it's going to say, okay, are you sure? You're now about to broadcast this publicly out on your Google Plus page and your YouTube page. And you say, yep, I'm sure. So press OK.
Can I say
And
something?
yep, go ahead.
Do you think they're seeing your screen?
Yes, I know they are. I'm using Camtasia.
I'm sorry.
Yep, it's weird. I have to keep remembering stuff. They're seeing us in Google Hangout, but I'm recording it with Camtasia. So, so now I'm broadcasting to the world. And if anybody's clicking on and watching, they're probably wondering what's going on. I'm jumping into the middle of something. But now I'm broadcasting, and you can see it in your screen right here. It says in broadcast. Once I'm done with my session and I want to stop and everybody's gotten out of my session, I want to stop my recording, I'll just click in broadcast. And that way the people who are out on Google Plus or out on YouTube, I kind of kick them out too. Once I click in broadcast, I'm done. I've done all my teaching, my sessions with everybody, and everybody's kind of left. I'll click on this in broadcast. And it will, and Pam, I don't know if it's gonna, oh no, okay, you can still end it. I didn't know this, I didn't do it last time. You can end it without people actually leaving. And it will end that. And what will happen out on Google Plus is it'll start processing that video to actually save it so that viewers can come back and view it later, both on your Google Plus page, and it'll be saved out on your YouTube channel so that you can go out to your YouTube channel, grab the link to that video and send it to your students or send it to whoever you're wanting to share with. So that's it. Google Hangouts are really easy to use and fun. You can do a lot of different things with them. They are just about, well, we have done everything that we've done in Illuminate using a Google Hangout. But they're not as hard. And something I've noticed is that my computer doesn't lag and I don't have these huge delays using my Google Hangout that I do with Illuminate. The only disadvantage I see is that right now only 10 people can be in my room live so that I can see faces and hear them talk. But I could have back channels going, like either through Skype or through First Class, and have plenty of people watching and asking questions by text, which is what we do most of the time when we're in Illuminate anyway. I could do that in Google Hangout and have streams of questions coming to me these other ways, including students on my Google Plus page replying to the actual Google Hangout. I think that's how Emily was, no, it wasn't Emily, who was last time she was posting questions out there under the stream. Yeah, Emily posted things under. So you've got that potential and that ability. So I encourage you to test out, try, and play around with Google Hangouts for parent-student conferences or for meeting with other teachers, all kinds of things. And I am going to end this video right now on Google Hangouts.